Hello, everybody. Um, Today, I think I want to follow up on my first video about not being food to stop. Well, it's kind of a low energy kind of subject, but I know it's a subject that we need to touch on, and I'm getting a lot of glare, so I'm going to take my glasses off. It's pretty blurry, but at least you don't have the glare. I'm sorry. Anyways, this isn't scripted, but it is a subject that I'm very passionate about, and I really believe that that this information needs to be expressed. Just kind of food for thought, okay? I haven't heard anybody mention this per se, but it's a matter of perspective. I know people that they say, if you don't think about it, you don't give it energy, which is very, very true. Because, that saying, where your thoughts go, your energy flows. So if you are always worried about those type of things, the baddies, because it's not just spiritual. I mean, we have bad things, bad people, narcissists, just all kinds of predators out there that are just waiting for some vulnerable person. So if you're worrying about stuff like that all the time, you're going to attract it. So one of the main things to do is really, really work on not being afraid. And I know that's easier said than done, but I've been working on it for a long, long time, to give your free will to a higher source when you're used to being in control for the most part, of our lives, being a single mom. I had to be in control of a lot of things most of my life, but I really had to learn to kind of give up control and trust. I've always believed in a higher power. And I had to start living what I preached, basically. But it's like if you're constantly thinking of things that might be able to hurt you, or you're always thinking the worst case scenario, you're allowing the world to get under your skin, that is what your world is going to be. They say the universe, or this game, this matrix, this reality, this third dimension, whatever you want to call it, it is a yes kind of program. So if you say, I'm scared, and they say, yeah, you're scared. I'm a warrior. Well, yeah, you're a warrior, so we're going to give you something to fight because you're a warrior. Warriors need a nemesis. So, and if you say, well, I'm so stupid, yes, you are stupid. Whatever it is that you're saying to yourself or about yourself, the universe is going to say yes. Geez, I'm so poor, I have no money. Yes, you are so poor and have no money. That goes along with manifestation. Now, let's touch on manifestation really quick because, this type of information has been out thousands of years, but it's been hidden and kept with only a few that knew the secrets. Yeah, they let out a little bit, but it's kind of like, somebody giving you a recipe and forgetting an important ingredient. So you kind of make it and it didn't come out exactly how theirs did. My sister did that to me once. But anyways, with manifestation, we live in a duality world. I brought that up in my previous video. So if you just think about, I wish, I want, and you're using your brain to manifest, even if you're feeling my brain, I'm thinking, I'm picturing it, and I'm feeling it, and I'm picturing it. The thing is that you're going to get what you want eventually. You're going to get it. But then because it's a duality, you're also right behind, I don't know, time frame wise, but exactly what you didn't want is going to come. So that's the danger of, that's probably why they always have those sayings of, be careful what you ask for or what you wish for. Because yes, and so there's the only way that you can manifest and not have the, the opposite come, and is there is a place in our physical heart. And in there's all kinds of people that talk about it. Drunvalo, Melchizedek speak of this. This is where I first learned it. And now there is a girl that I'll give them their names in my description, but she explains it more in a modern type of way. But I have been listening to a lot of people on YouTube and reading, books, and it's been there. And it's even the Bible, it's there, because Drunvalo Melchizedek has, in the masculine way, teaches you how to enter into that sacred space in your heart. So where it is a 0 point, where there is no duality, because we have a toroidal field, and right before where they're going to reach right here, there is just right there, a 0 point where there is no, it's singular. And that's where we create. We can learn to create from there. The thing is that, it's not easy to get in there, because you have to be happy, and it has to be love. That's all you need is love. That's why it's so simple. But in here, you have to be like a child. You have to be happy. You have to love. You have to be, like in the Bible, only the children can, a child, how do you enter into to heaven? And says, that only a child, through being a child, or only a child can enter, because that is the only way you can enter in here. And this is where you create, where you have the singularity, where you can wish and want, or whatever, manifest whatever your heart desires. Another cliche. But if you do it in here, with your feelings, and there's a procedure. Anyways, that is where you can wish and have whatever you want, and it will never hurt anybody. Don't try to figure it out, because it's beyond our comprehension, because it's source, the universe, God. He's the one that does everything and makes it happen. So it's been out since the 1990s, and a more modern version that Drunvalo Melchizedek learned from indigenous people, went all over the world, and they he brought that knowledge to the more modern way, but it was a very masculine way. Well, we all know that now the feminine energy is here, which feminine energy is more of intention. So he did update the procedure as a feminine way, and that is where you use intention. Just like Courtney says, you think about it, you feel it, because you do have to feel it, but it, like I said, it's not easy, because you have to have an open heart, and most of us don't have that. We have a lot of pain and sorrow, and we carry it because we won't let it go. We keep going into the past, and then so what we need to do is learn Courtney's way, or Drunvalo's feminine way, but there are ways to learn to get in to live within your heart. And it's amazing. It's just an amazing way to be and live. I can touch more on that subject. I can send you to people that I listen to. I just have a couple of people that in my description that I subscribe to, and you're more than welcome to check them out. But back to the perspective. So again, we are manifesting. Our thoughts do come true. It's just sometimes it takes a while that you really don't even realize. You forget that that's what you wanted. But if you think back, oh yeah, it's like it's just a fact. So my food for thought is to be careful of being afraid. And if you find yourself plagued by entities, you definitely need to seek help, because you do not want to confront them. They want your energy. They don't want you to be happy, like I said before. But the more of your energy, thought, even thinking about them, the more you do, you're playing their game. So it's the best thing to do is get professional help, and basically just raise your vibrations, your energy. Think about, love, happiness, whichever way makes you dreamy and feeling good, and just work on that. And, Courtney says basically, and it's true, the past, how they say the past can't change the past, and you can't see the future. So, the present is a gift, something like that. I don't know exactly how it is. Sorry. But basically, we need to focus on now, today, and the past can't hurt us anymore. The only way the past can hurt us is if you keep thinking about it. It's gone. It's done. That's not you anymore. Things have changed now. So more and more, we have the ability to just be able to forget about everything. You have to believe and know that you are not the same person. You're not the same person you were when you were a child, or when you were a teenager, or even when you were in the middle of raising your kids. We are constantly evolving and changing. So you have to let it go. Don't, shadow work, or, Everybody's on their own journey, and you've got to go through your steps that feels good for you. You may not be able to say just jump in, and it doesn't make sense, because I remember about a year ago I was listening to Courtney, and it was like, ugh, I liked what I hear. It was interesting, but I wasn't ready for it, to be honest with you. But then I went down, my journey, and went through all of every single meditation that this is Maria on YouTube, like for 2 years, 3 years. I mean, I watched every video she ever made or uploaded on YouTube, and I did every single guided meditation, and she helped me a lot. It was amazing. I mean, yeah, I just love her so much. I would highly recommend, and if she resonates, that means it's good. You need to listen. There's something there for you. Drunvalo, Melchizedek, I ran across them in the 2000s, I don't know, 2007 or 8 or 9, something like that. And then I came across them at the end of my journey with Maria. He came up again. So then I started just binging every video that was out there with him, listening to his workshops. I read his books, and oh my God, if you love history, and they're both, he is absolutely amazing. And he's very masculine, very scientific, but very spiritual. And I can't, emphasize how important it is, especially if you like to get down nitty gritty and know where things come from and break down and everything. Those two are the ones. Maria is amazing. Boy, does she like to go way out there, which I love. I love to go deep and down into that rabbit hole. So Courtney is the one that I'm following right now. And they're all saying the same thing. It's just different language, because we all resonate. We're here to share and to give you food for thought, not to judge you, not to preach to you, not to say that you're wrong and I'm right. We're here just to share what we have learned, share our journey. And that's what I have learned so far, is that this information has been out there forever, thousands of years. And we just didn't get it, because we just like to complicate everything. Silly as it may sound, all we need is love. Seriously. We need is love, and be willing and able to give your life to God, whichever way you see it, as a higher being, as yourself. We're a part, a fractal of God, just a little drop. He's the ocean, and we are a little drop, which, people say, well, we are God, and because we're, a chip off the old block. Whatever it is, it's the trust. You got to trust in yourself, or trust in a higher power, or whichever way how you see it, because it's all the same. There's no higher self, lower self. It's all God. It's all totality. It's all source. So, if you're going to take away anything from this video, is learn to love. Feel it. Feel in your heart. If it's your heart chakra, whatever, It's the intention, the emotion. It's like we're all healed. We really aren't broken. It's we've all been like programmed, so you need to deprogram yourself. All our lives we've been fed all these things. People want to control us. The opposition doesn't want us to be happy. They have their own agenda. So, but the veil is gone. So more and more of us, and I can hear it on the internet, all kinds of different languages and different slang and different ways of saying it, but it's all the same. Stop living in fear. Be careful what you think and feel. Find something that makes you feel happy, because you're not broken anymore. You're healed. It's just now our reality has to catch up with our new self, new way of thinking, new way of feeling. It's going to take a little bit of time and practice, because it still isn't easy. We're still living. We have to exist here in this 3D matrix. We have our family, our loved ones. We got to go to work or whatever it is. It's your lifestyle. We are still in touch with other beings. And, if you really want to help, because I do, I'm a servant. I'm a servant of God, and I just want to help everybody. But I've learned I cannot help. You know what? I can. The way to help everyone is first to help myself, to work on Belinda, raise my vibrations, walk the walk, live what I preach, and continue to do it. And one that's helped me tremendously is I found music. Certain music will make me feel so dreamy, and it just makes me feel so good. And it literally has gotten me out of a situation where I thought I was falling into a pit of depression and sorrow. And, the higher self, God, made it possible for me to be pulled out of it. And then I just listened to a song over and over until I was feeling great again. It's because we're all vulnerable. It's just with practice, just like anything. Practice makes it easy. Before you know it, it's just going to be like breathing. And you're going to live the most wonderful life that you can't even imagine. So I'm winning. I'm loving my life. And I just can't wait for the next moment. So I live in the now. I do what I'd like. I do what makes me happy. And this is one of the things, is sharing. Sharing, giving you guys food for thought. So love yourself. Learn to love. You are not broken. And you're not sick. You're not. You are not sick. Science has always said the mind can make you sick. If you think it, you can literally make yourself sick, right? Everybody knows that. I've known that forever. But it didn't dawn on me. I didn't put 2 to 2 together. So think that you're not. Better yet, feel. Just know, feel, know. I know that I am not broken anymore. I am not the person that was. So don't even bring it up, because that's how they get you. The memories start coming in. No. Push those memories. That is not you. That is no longer you. The only way the past can hurt you is if you keep bringing it up. So stop it. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. And before you know it, the universe is going to show you how wonderful your life can be when you just trust in it and be happy. Just be happy. Have fun. I used to always tell my children and people, if you do something or go somewhere and you don't have a good time, it's your fault. It is your fault, and that's it. Because it's up to you to enjoy your life, because it's how you see the situation. There's always something in even a bad situation, because it's a mirror. It's a mirror. Something that people do that annoy you. I heard a long time ago, if you are really honest with yourself, is what annoys you in somebody is probably you got that character or that trait. And as soon as you stop acting like that or doing whatever is annoying, it stops. It stops annoying you. And I know that works because it's happened to me. So, throughout my life. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there. And I will be speaking to you soon. I love every single one of you. And I know I'm really flighty, and like I said, I don't plan. I'm not going to edit. This is me. And I hope you enjoy it. I love every single one of you, all of my children, all of my family, and hell, the world is all of my family. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions or a subject that you want me to discuss or share with somebody, because I'm always talking to my children about things that I've learned, my updates, upgrades, my personal stuff. If you are interested in some of the more personal stories or something, more of the more higher spiritual topics. We're going to leave the lower demon, incubus, succubus, elementals, parasites, predator kind of information. We're going to leave those. I'll leave that subject to other people. I prefer not to. And there's a lot out there anyways. But I've already given you some awesome tips on how to, the best tip is if you go into a house, when you just move into a house, an apartment or whatever, start putting your energy into it. Put some music on. Start cleaning, moving things around, moving things in, and just be happy and joyful. And if there's any type of energy there that's questionable, it'll start diminishing, because now you're empowering you. That's going to be your home, so your energy is going there. Because there is such a thing as echoes, buildings, places, they do record emotions of the past, especially if they're very traumatic. And it's not really haunted, but it is it's like recording, it's like playing over and over and over again. So the easiest way to do is just erase it by putting your energy in there. Just love, 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 love. If it's tragic, you're just going to make that stronger. So the opposite of it is what's going to fix it. And if you go shopping for a house, go multiple times and really open up and pray. And if something doesn't feel right, something feels off, don't take it. Oh, and if something feels like, oh, I feel like I've been here before. Oh, I love this house. It's like, think about it. Because that could very possibly mean there's entities in there and they're fooling you, especially if you're open. So you got to be careful. But if you're unfortunate to rent a house or an apartment, buy some land or whatever that has an actual demon in it or a portal, you definitely need to get help immediately. And if you can't move out, you should just friggin' move out, because you're no match. God is his archangels, if you believe in that. He has his children here, shamans, priests, all kinds of people that are willing, or not willing. Well, yeah, they are willing, but they are trained to deal with them, and that's their calling. So definitely do that. Don't mess with them, and it should be for free, because true children, servants of God, do not charge for those types of services. On a different subject, there is a healing energy called Kalamni that I am trying to bring forth in this YouTube video. It is absolutely amazing. And one of the rules of it is you do not charge. It is for free. My brother's a healer and a shaman, and he's a demon slayer. He's all into that. Better him, not me. He never charges. Never for anything that he does. None of his services. You know why? Because the Lord, God, the universe, he provides. He's the one that takes care of us. We don't have to charge. That's how I feel and see. I've always kind of, see it. That's what I want to bring into the world. For free. Everything free. I'm not going to put advertisements on this channel. I'm not going to do members so you charge. No. All of this is going to be free, because I know that I will be blessed. Period. I learned that from my mother. My mother has always helped people. It didn't matter. I mean, I remember counting how many people were sleeping in my home, at our home, and there was like 19 people in a 4-bedroom house. 19. And she always had her door open to family and friends or whatever people in need that she knew that need. I don't think she brought home any like real strangers, because she did have children, but she always helped people, and she has always been blessed with always having enough money. She's always had enough money. Now, somehow she always got what she needed, and she's never, lacked. It's our mentality if we want more, which, whatever, but she's been blessed. So that's one of the things that she did instill in me, and I've passed it on with my children, Anyways, I started rambling. I told you that's what I do. I am so sorry. I'm all over the place. I hope I didn't bore you. But this is me. And again, I'm going to let you go now. I'll start rambling some more. But I love, really seriously, I love every one of you. And I hope you enjoyed this video because really it is for entertainment. I'm doing this because I'm having fun. I love it. I love giving information, sharing, planting seeds, food for thought, something, just think about it. Feel it. If it feels right, if it resonates to you, great. If it doesn't, it's okay too. It's okay too. If it doesn't resonate now, doesn't make sense to you now, one day it may. You never know. So, keep loving yourself and everybody. That's the main thing. Okay? Find your happy place. Goodbye.